Hi, it's Akashio. Welcome to my podcast, 100 Days Podcast. Alright. So, today I want to talk about role model. Role. It is difficult to pronounce, but do you have a role model in learning English? I've got a role model. Do you know Tom Hiddleston? He's famous as Loki. And do you know Loki? Loki is... I don't think he's a hero. However, from Avengers films, yeah, he appears in those films. And Tom Hiddleston is famous as Loki. I think in Avengers films his accent is American, but he's British. His accent is British. His original accent is British, and I love his accent. His accent is so cool. The tone of his voice, rhythm, and flow. Yeah, that's great, fantastic. However, his vocabulary is so difficult. He's so smart. I'm not as smart as him. I think he's graduated from a famous university. Yeah, he's really smart. So I don't hear vocabulary that he uses in a daily conversation. I don't hear vocabulary that he uses. So I'm not familiar with his vocabulary. But his accent is so cool. So, in my opinion, it is nice to have a role model, especially in practicing pronunciation. It is really great. But I don't say that you need to choose one person, one native speaker. You can choose several native speakers, and you just listen to their English, and you mixing, I'm not sure, just you learn a lot, and you get your original, your own accent. It's really great. So you just, you just have several role models and learn a lot from them. So what do you think about it? Do you have a role model? In my case, Tom Hiddleston. I love Tom Hiddleston. His accent is great. Really, really great. I love his accent. So, alright, that's it. I think it is quite short, around 3 minutes. It's quite short, but this is what I wanted to talk about. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. ここからは日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、英語学習を行う上でロールモデルっていますかっていう、話をしました。自分の場合はロールモデルいてます。この発音の面でですね、発音の面でロールモデルっていうのはいてて、それがトム・ヒドルストン。トム・ヒドルストンって知ってますかね？トム・ヒドルストンはロキ、アベンジャーズのロキ。ロキってヒーローじゃないですよね。そう、ロキを演じてる方なんですけど、ロキとして多分トム・ヒドルストンは結構有名で、アベンジャーズではアメリカのアクセントで多分喋ってると思います。ちょっとあんまりアベンジャーズ見たことなくて、実際アメリカのアクセントで喋ってるかちょっと分かんないんですけど、多分アメリカのアクセントで喋ってます。でも彼の オリジナルなアクセントはブリティッシュです。彼は多分ロンドン出身かな。ロンドン出身の、俳優さんですね。で彼のアクセントすごくかっこよくて、彼のアクセント、彼の英語みたいにちょっと喋りたいと思ってシャドーイングとかも彼の動画とかでたまにやったりしてるんですけど、でも語彙がちょっと難しいので、ちょっと語彙はって感じですね。語彙がちょっと、難しい。普段の英会話ではあまり聞かないような単語を使用してますね、彼の英語は。なのでちょっと語彙力は高いなとは思うんですけど、アクセント自体はすごくかっこいいです。彼は自分のロールモデルですね、発音において。そうで、最後に話したのが、別に一人に絞らなくてもいいと、いろんなロールモデルがあってもいいと思ってて、そのロールモデル、いろんなロールモデルを聞いて、自分なりの解釈で自分のオリジナルな発音を手に入れるみたいなのがいいのかなって思っています。今日はそんなところですね。かなり短いポッドキャストになるんですけど、はい。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today, 14th. Can you see that? 14th. 14th. Alright, so today I want to talk about filming podcasts. Speaking to myself is more difficult than speaking with someone. Alright, so when I started this podcast, I didn't reckon. Actually, now I find filming podcasts so difficult. Speaking to myself is more difficult than speaking with someone. Why do I think so? I've got 3 reasons. Okay, the first reason, I can't or I don't want to take pauses. I've heard, I think on All Night Nippon, this is famous. I would listen to the radio when I was a teenager, but I don't do recently. But anyway, on All Night Nippon, I've heard they can't take pauses for 3 seconds on radio. So I think I'm sure I'm not, you know what, this is just private, not official. Private? Yeah, but anyway, this is podcast, so I think it's kind of different from radio, but it's similar. So that's why I don't want to take pauses for 3 seconds on this podcast. I want to make my podcast in that way. So I don't want to take pauses for 3 seconds. That's why I have to keep speaking. This is really difficult. That's why when I take a pauses, I tend to say, so, alright, yeah, or just say the same things again and again and again. So I have to stop it. That is really difficult. And the second reason, I have to develop my stories by myself because I don't have a partner or co-host. So I have to do that. Nobody helps me. I have to develop my stories. Or if I have a co-host or if I have a partner, they help me. They develop my stories and we can develop our stories together. But I have to do it by myself, which is really difficult. Or I have to think about development while speaking. This is difficult, but I know, I think you already knew this is an excuse. You know what? If I can speak well, if I can speak better, I don't need to worry about this one. So, my fault. I have to improve my English skills. But anyway, so this is the second reason, and the third reason. When I get stuck on words, when I get lost, I have to help myself. Nobody helps me. So it is, yeah, it's kind of the second reason. It is similar, but yes, that's really difficult. When I speak with someone, even if I get stuck on words, even if I get lost, the person helps me. They help me. Alright, maybe are you trying to say something like that? And yeah, alright, this is what I wanted to say. And then we can develop the story. But yeah. So I wanna say filming a podcast is more difficult than I expected, I reckoned. So yeah, but I've got no choice but to improve my speaking skills, English skills, or delivery skills. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここからは日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、ポッドキャストで喋るのは誰かと会話するよりも難しい。一人でポッドキャストを撮るっていうのは、もしくは独り言をするっていうのは、誰かと喋るよりも難しいと感じているっていうことについて話しました。このポッドキャストを始める前は、やっぱり誰かと喋る英会話の方が難しいと思ったんですけど、結構ポッドキャスト一人で収録するのも難しいなと思っています。なぜかというと、何かで聞いたんですけど、ラジオって確か3秒ぐらい間を空けてはダメですよね。3秒ぐらいサイレントな状況があると放送事故みたいなのを聞いたことあるんですけど、3秒か5秒か、確か3秒だと思うんですけど、それを意識してやってるので、自分もなるだけこういう間を空けずに喋ってるんですけど、やっぱり自分の英語力ってまだまだ中級者なので、これが結構難しくて、3秒間ぐらい時間を空けずにずっと喋るっていうのは、難しいなっていうところですね。で、2つ目の理由としては、話の展開っていうのを自分で広げていかないといけないと。自分に一緒にやってくれる人がいれば、自分が話の展開を作れないときに、その人が手伝ってくれたりとか、すると思うんですけど、それは普通の英会話でも一緒で、そう、自分で話を広げれなかったら誰かが助けてくれるみたいなことがあるんですけど、やっぱり一人でポッドキャストを撮ってるので、自分で展開させていかないといけない。それが難しいですね。そもそも話すのが別にうまいわけじゃないので難しいなって感じています。で、3つ目がもう言葉に詰まったりとか、そうですね、言葉に詰まったらもう終わりというか、誰も助けてくれないので、一回言葉に詰まって自分が今何の話してたっけってなるともう終わりというか、それが難しいなって感じますね。だから誰かと喋ってるよりも全部自分でやらないといけないので難しいなと。でも分かってるんです。これはもう言い訳だと。英語さえうまければこの問題は解決するんですね。そうだから、ただ英語を勉強するだけだと。そう英語力がまだまだだからこういう問題が発生してるだけっていう、はいちょっともうこういうエクスキューズなこういう言い訳の話になるんですけど、今日はこんなところです。はい、ということで Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today 15th. Can you see that? 15th. Alright. So, today I want to talk about stand-up comedy. I've watched stand-up comedy last year, and it was so difficult. Stand-up comedy is so difficult. The stand-up comedy took place at a bar in Osaka, and I live in Osaka, so I had an opportunity to watch it. And it was okay. Beforehand, it was great. It was great. Yeah, I loved it, and I want to try it again. However, it was so difficult. Why? They speak so fast. They're comedians. They don't speak like my tutors. They speak so fast, and I thought stand-up comedy would be as difficult as watching films at the cinema, I mean in English. However, stand-up comedy is more difficult than watching films at the cinema. Because I can enjoy films visually. Even I can't understand what they say, I can understand by watching the videos. So, but however, stand-up comedy, I have to use my sense of hearing. Of course, I can enjoy the stand-up comedy I can enjoy stand-up comedy visually. However, I'm supposed to enjoy it by listening to what the comedians say. So, yeah, it was really difficult. And also, humor. Is it right? Humor. Is my pronunciation correct? Anyway, humor. The humor is different from Japanese humor. I've watched 4 comedians, and one of them was Japanese, and 3 of them were American, I think. And you know what? I couldn't tell punchlines. Punchlines? Yeah. I couldn't laugh at the moment when others laughed. I couldn't laugh. I couldn't tell when I was supposed to laugh. Yeah. Really difficult because I was trying to understand what they said, and I didn't have head space to laugh. Yeah, I was supposed to laugh because I was watching stand-up comedy. However, it feels like it was an exam. So yeah, I couldn't tell. Really difficult. So, but however, everything is my fault. If I had better English skills, I could have understood, I could have laughed more. Yeah, so yeah, after watching the stand-up comedy, the first thing pops into my head was I have to study more, I have to learn, I have to make efforts more. It was not like it was fun. Yeah, stand-up comedy was really great. It didn't pop into my head. Yeah, I just thought, okay, I have to study more, I have to make efforts. Alright, so however, yeah, as I said, stand-up comedy was great. I loved the atmosphere. I loved these comedians. I wanted to try, and I wanted to watch in person, and I could. it was great. But next time, you know, I want to understand more. So I study. Anyway, so okay, I have to look on the bright side. So today I was talking about stand-up comedy. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としてはスタンダップコメディについて喋りました。去年スタンダップコメディ人生で初めて見に行って、そのスタンダップコメディがすごい難しかったっていう話をしました。で、そのスタンダップコメディはなんかバーみたいなところで行われてて、お客さんも20人以上いてたんですよね。でその20人以上いてた中、自分ともう一人しか日本人の方がいなくて、もうすごいレアな貴重な体験だったんですけど、スタンダップコメディを人生で初めて見ました。で感想としては良かった、すごい良かったんですけど、いやもう難しかったですね。コメディアンさんの喋るスピードがめちゃくちゃ速くて、それがすごく難しかったですね。あとは、たまに映画館に英語で洋画を見に行くんですね。洋画を見に行くんですけど、それでも結構難しいなと思ってたんですよ。やっぱり日本語のタイトルもあるんですけど、基本的に日本語のタイトルを見ずにこのリスニングだけで楽しもうと思ってるんですけど、大体理解できるんですよね。やっぱり映像とかもあるので難しいなとは思うものの、映像があるので理解できるんですけど、スタンダップコメディって映像じゃなくてもうピンで、もう語りでというかなんて言うんだろう、もうそのトーク力を楽しむわけじゃないですか。だから映画とかだったら映像を見ながらリスニング力に自信がなくても、映像を見てなんとなく理解できるんですけど、やっぱりスタンダップコメディってリスニング力がないと本当にわからないなって思いましたね。そう、もちろん視覚で楽しめるんですけど、やっぱりリスニング力がある程度ないと難しいなっていうのは感じましたね。あとは、ユーモアの違いですよね。やっぱり日本のユーモアと違うので、この笑いどころが分からなかったりしましたね。これも自分の英語力の問題だと思うんですけど、自分の英語力がもっとあればもうちょっとなんていうんやろ、メタファーというか、このパンチライン的なこの笑うポイントっていうのをもっと正確にキャッチできると思うんですけど、英語力がまだ全然ないので、その海外のユーモアを理解するのがすごい難しかったですね。はい。でももう一回挑戦したいです。もう一回行きたいし、雰囲気もすごい良かったですし、人生で初めてのスタンダップコメディはすごい良かったですね。でも難しかったっていう話をしました。ということで、Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today, 16th. Can you see that? Alright. So, am I recording? Alright. So, today I want to talk about, are there any languages I want to learn? Any languages? So, do I have any languages I want to learn? I've been studying English for 5 years, and I want to try new languages. I want to learn other languages. So, there are 2 languages I want to learn. So, one of them is Ukrainian, and another one is Italian. So, why did I choose these languages? Ukrainian. So why did I choose Ukrainian? My girlfriend is Ukrainian, so she speaks Russian and Ukrainian and Japanese a little bit. But basically, we communicate in English. I'm so sorry. I can't speak Ukrainian at all. I don't know Ukrainian at all. Even one word. I've got no idea. I know paka paka, but I think paka paka is Russian. So, yeah. I'm supposed to speak Ukrainian. However, I don't know. That's why I need to study for her and also for her parents, for her friends. When I communicate with their parents, I need her, my girlfriend, because they can't speak English and I can't speak Ukrainian. So I've got no choice. So I've got no choice but to ask my girlfriend. So, you know what? I shouldn't make them learn English. So I'm supposed to learn Ukrainian. That's why I've chosen this language. I have to learn Ukrainian and Italian. Why did I choose? Sorry. Why did I choose Italian? Because I've got some good friends from Italy. They are really great. They are very kind. I want to communicate with them in their native language. That's why I want to learn Italian. And also, it feels like Italian is completely different from English and also Japanese. Totally different. So, and Japanese is totally different from English. So, they are not similar. It is interesting, isn't it? So, and I know it's so hard. It's so difficult. Yeah, but I wanna try. So I chose Italian and Ukrainian. However, my top priority is Ukrainian, definitely. If I study Italian first, maybe my girlfriend would say, why do you do that? Something like that. So I'm supposed to study Ukrainian. However, I want to focus on English because I'm not satisfied with my English and my English is not that good. Yeah? And I don't have any opportunities to meet her parents, her friends. So, yeah, I've got time studying English. But I will. But I'm supposed to study Ukrainian. That's what I'm gonna study. Alright, so today I was talking about languages. Do you have any languages you wanna learn? So let me know if you want. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、新しく学習したい言語はありますかっていう話をしました。英語学習を5年間続けてきて、ちょっと新しい言語にトライしてみたいなって思ったりしてるんですけど、でもちょっとすぐにスタートするっていうわけではないんですが、ちょっとまだ先なんですけど、新しい言語を学びたいと思います。で、その言語は何かっていうと、自分が興味あるのは2つあって、ユクレニアン、ウクライナ語とイタリア語がすごく気になりますね。で、なぜウクライナ語を選ぶかっていうと、自分のパートナーがウクライナ人なので、ウクライナ語は喋らないといけないよねっていう話ですね。彼女の両親だったり彼女の友達っていうのも英語が喋れないので、自分もウクライナ語全く喋れないので、会話するってなると絶対彼女が必要になるんですね。でも、それってどうなのかなって思うので、 かといって英語を学んでもらうっていうわけにもいかないので、自分が学ぶしかないかなっていうのと、自分を学びたいっていうので、ウクライナ語を一つ目に選んでいます。でもう一つ目がイタリア語ですね。なぜイタリア語かっていうと、イタリア人の友達が何人かいてて、すごくいい方たちなんですけど、英語じゃなくてその方々のその人たちの母国語で会話できたらいいかなっていうのと、シンプルにイタリア語が英語と日本語に全然似てないなっていうので、全く完全に新しい言語だと思うんですね、自分にとって。だからそれがすごく、面白いかなっていうのでイタリア語を選んでいますね。ウクライナ語とイタリア語で、最後に話したのが、ウクライナ語とイタリア語どっちも学びたいんですけど、優先順位は完全にウクライナ語だよねっていう話をしました。これで、いきなりイタリア語から先に学習してしまうと、自分のパートナーからするとなんでイタリア語なの先ってなるんで、ウクライナ語が先かなっていう話を最後にしました。でもまだまだ先ですね。ちょっと全然自分の英語力に満足してないですし、まだまだやることはいっぱいあると思うので、新しい言語を学ぶならもうちょっと先になるかなと。でも現状気になる言語としてはイタリア語とウクライナ語、この2つが気になりますね。はい。ということで、Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. 17th. Can I say that? 17th. Alright. So, today I want to talk about love. It's not, I'm not going to talk about I love someone or something like that. I want to talk about, if you want to master a language, you need to love the language. So this love. So we have to love if I want to master the language. So I was talking about languages yesterday. There are two languages that I want to learn. So one of them is Ukrainian and another one is Italian. So I want to try one day. I want to learn these languages. However, one thing makes me worried. So I'm worried about whether I can learn these languages. I've never learned these languages, so I'm not sure if I can learn. And actually, one language I've tried to learn, however, I couldn't learn. So, you know what? Without love, I can't learn. It's more like I don't want to spend time studying for the language. Studying for the what did I say? I don't want to I don't want to spend time studying the language. So I'm just worried. Actually, I do love English. So I've been learning English for 5 years, and I still love it. That's why I do this podcast in English, and I study English every day. So I do love it. Once you love the language, you're a winner. I think you win. However, if you don't love the language, unfortunately, you can't. You can't master. I think in my case, I can't learn it without love. So, and I'm curious, there are people who can speak multiple languages, 3, 4, 5, 6, or over 10 languages. Some people can speak. I'm just curious. You know what? Do people who can speak multiple languages, love each language. I'm just curious. You know what? As I said, in my case, I need to love the language. So, do those people love each language that they learn? I'm curious. So, and I thought right now, I can't be a person. I can't be a person who speaks multiple languages. I'm clumsy. Yeah, I can't cheat. I just I only love one language, so I'm not sure. I'm planning to study forever. However, if I love other languages, Ukrainian, Italian, or other languages, once I love them, I'm not sure whether I can keep studying English. But anyway, we'll see. Alright, so today I was talking about love. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、愛、love について喋りました。この love っていうのは別に誰かのことを愛しているみたいな内容の話ではなくて、言語を学ぶ上でその言語をマスターしたいのならば、愛が必要だねと。その言語を、愛さないと、その言語は学べないよね、マスターできないよねっていう話を、しました。で、昨日話したんですけど、イタリア語とウクライナ語を学びたくて、でも、学ぶにあたってまだ学ばないんですけど、学ぶにあたってその言語を愛せるのかどうかっていうのが心配ですね。英語は本当に好きだし、だからこそ毎日やってるし、5年間もずっとやり続けてる。好きなので、本当に好きなのでやってると。でそれぐらいのモチベーション、それぐらいの愛をこのウクライナ語とイタリア語に注げるかっていう心配ですね。その言語を一度好きになってしまったらもう勝ちだと思うんですね。自分が気づく前にリスニングもしてるし、自分が気づく前に独り言を英語で、その言語で行ったりすると思うので、一回その言語を好きになってしまえば勝ちだと思ってます。でも逆にその言語があんまり好みじゃなかったら、その言語はマスターしにくいよねと。本当に基礎的なところで終わってしまうんじゃないかなと思いますっていう話をしましたね。で、最後に複数の言語を喋る方っていらっしゃるじゃないですか。3カ国語だったり、5カ国語、もしくはもう10以上喋る人っていると思うんですけど、その人たちって自分の感覚的に言うと本当に愛を注げるぐらいの言語じゃないと学べないタイプなので、そういう人だってその10個も言語を話せるんだとしたら10個とも同じぐらいの愛を優先順位はあると思うんですけど、10個とも好きなのかなっていうのが気になりますねっていう話を今日はしました。ということで Thank you so much for watching this video. ということで Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So today 18th. Can you see that? 18th. Alright. So today I want to talk about which country I want to visit. So I've got many countries I want to visit. However, if I have to choose 3 countries, which countries do I choose? So I would say I would choose Ukraine and America and Thailand. So why did I choose Ukraine? So it is obvious. I was talking about language yesterday, and my girlfriend is Ukrainian and her parents live in Ukraine. So it feels like, and I need to meet them in person. I've never met them in person. Her friends, her parents, her grandparents, I've never met them in person. I've made a video call, however, never met in person. So, I'm supposed to meet them, and I wanna meet, I wanna speak with them in person. That's why I chose Ukraine, obviously, but unfortunately I can't make it now. As you know, I can't do that. So one day I wanna visit. And the second country is Thailand. I've studied abroad in the UK 3 years ago, and I've met a lot of European people, and they said Thailand is great. Many people say that, and especially European people say Thailand is great. Thailand is wonderful. So I want to visit, and I love Thai food. I love khao mangai. I don't know how to pronounce khao mangai in English and Thai. I mean, their native language. I don't know how to pronounce, but I pronounce khao mangai. I think I do in Japanese way. But anyway, yes, I love khao mangai. Sometimes I make it. So in Thailand, I wanna eat it. I've got many. There are many Thai food I love. So I wanna try. Not in person. I wanna try there. And the last country is America. Why did I choose America? I love baseball and I love boxing. So I wanna watch boxing and baseball games in person. So Shohei Ohtani, Naoya Inoue, so many. There are many Japanese, famous players. So I wanna watch baseball and boxing games in person. I wanna do that, but really expensive, I know. So I think Thailand is the most realistic. However, it is free to say, to dream, to talk about countries where I wanna visit. So I chose Thailand, America, and Ukraine. Alright, so today it's quite short episode. Today's episode is quite short, but I wanted to talk about which country do I wanna visit. Alright, so do you have any countries where you wanna visit? Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日話した内容としては、行きたい国について話しました。で、たくさん行きたい国あるんですけど、もし3つしか選べないとしたら、どの国を選ぶかっていう話を、しました。で、自分が選んだ、国っていうのは、ウクライナ、タイとアメリカですね。で、ウクライナは、自分のパートナーがウクライナ人なので、一度行ってみたいと。で、実際パートナーの彼女の両親とも、友達とも、一度も直接会ったことがないので、一度は訪れたいなと。でも今ね、ご存知の通り今ちょっと行けないので、いつか行きたいなっていう話をしました。で、タイですね。で、なぜタイを選んだかというと、3年前にイギリスに留学してた時に、どの国に行きたいですか、 この現地で会った人たちにどの国に行きたいですかとかおすすめの国はありますかって聞いた時に絶対と言っていいほどタイって言うんですよね。そうヨーロッパ人すごいタイ好きだなって思ってて、でそのタイ、みんないいっていうタイに行ってみたいっていうのがありますね。実際タイフード好きなのでご飯も現地で一回食べてみたいっていうのもありますし、だからタイを選びましたね。で最後がアメリカになります。でアメリカに行きたい理由としてはもう本当にスポーツ観戦ですね。メインはスポーツ観戦で野球とボクシングが好きなんですけど、どっちも本場アメリカなので、現地で野球の試合だったり、ボクシングの試合っていうのを見てみたくてアメリカを最後に選びました。今日はこんなところですね。かなり短いんですけど、行きたい国について喋りました。ということで Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today 19th. Can you see that? 19th. Alright. So today I want to talk about it is easier for Japanese people to rent a flat abroad. I will talk about my experiences. I've studied abroad in the UK for 9 months and I've studied abroad in Malta for 2 months and 3 weeks. Do you know Malta? I think it is famous now. Became famous after COVID. So I studied there. When I was in Malta, I didn't rent. But when I was in UK, I rented. My first flat, I didn't find by myself. My agent found my first flat. However, I was supposed to stay there for 2 months, and after that, I was supposed to move. I was supposed to find a flat by myself. So it was so expensive, really expensive. It was insane, but I'm not gonna talk about how expensive it was. So I want to talk about it is easier for Japanese people to rent a flat abroad. So why do I think so? Because they trust Japanese people. They definitely ask where you're from, of course, and which nationality. And I told them I'm from Japan, and they think, okay, Japanese people keep things tidy. So, right, okay, you can rent this flat. It is smooth. They trust. I felt so. I felt they trusted Japanese people, and that's why that's why it was easier to rent a flat. And I thought, okay, I had to make an effort to keep things tidy for Japanese people who will rent this flat after me, because definitely Japanese people lived at the flat before me. Japanese people living at the flat before me made an effort. That's why it was smooth. It was easier for me to rent that flat. So I wanted to make an effort to keep things tidy for people who live after me. So that's why it is easy. It is easy to rent a flat abroad. I'm not sure in America, I'm not sure in Australia, because I've never been to these countries, but in the UK it was easier. I thought it was easier for Japanese people to rent a flat in the UK. They trust Alright. Today's episode is quite short, and I don't think I could get my story straight. I'm sorry, maybe I've made a lot of grammar mistakes, and I got stuck on words. But anyway, I have to look on the bright side. So, today I want to talk about it is easier for Japanese people. It is easy, actually, now, still. It is easy for Japanese people to rent a flat abroad. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. はい、ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日話した内容としては、日本人にとって海外で部屋を借りるのはそこまで難しくないっていう話を、しました。で、冒頭で喋ったのは、自分はイギリスとマルタに留学したことがあって、マルタでは、部屋を借りてないんですね。なぜかというと寮に住んでたので。で、イギリスでは2つ部屋借りたんですけど、1つ目は自分の留学エージェントさんが見つけてくださったので自分で契約はしてないです。でも2つ目は、自分で、しました契約を。すごい高かったんですけどね、レント家賃がすごく高かったんですけど、その家賃の話っていうのはまた今度したいと思います。で、家賃高かったんですけど、なぜ日本人にとって海外で部屋を探すのはそこまで難しくないかっていうタイトルにしたかというと、日本人ってすごく信頼されてるんですね。っていうのも、日本人に部屋を貸せば、絶対にきれいに物を保ってくれるし、出ていく時もきれいに片付けて、退去してくれるので、日本人に貸すっていうのは、日本人に結構ねスムーズに貸してくれるんですね。それを感じましたね。すごい契約の時にスムーズでした。日本出身ですって言うと、ああそうなんだねと、物を、きれいに使ってくれるし、すごく信頼していると、日本人は。だからいいよ、全然借りてくれていいよっていう風にスムーズに進みました。すごく信頼されているなと。自分が住む前の人がすごくきれいに使ってくれて、自分もそういうふうに信頼されてるので、自分の後に住む日本人の方にも、スムーズに契約が進むように自分もきれいに使おうっていう意識はありましたね。信頼、言いたかったのは信頼されてるなと。日本人は信頼されてるので、部屋を借りる時に、スムーズに物事が進みやすいと思いました。そういう感じですね、今日話した内容としては。ちょっと英語で話した時にあんまり話がまとまってなかったのかなって思うので、はい、ちょっと反省です。ということで Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.